In this video, I cover the progressed situation in Donald Trump's chart. And so the charts you see here are progressed only. And the angles that the planets make to each other, to themselves, within the progressed context. Progression is the idea that a day after birth corresponds to a year after birth, 2 days, 2 years, and so forth. It's actually called secondary progressed. And one frequently sees remarkable patterns in these progressed charts. So, of course, I have to also say that there are other patterns happening at the same time. Astrology uses transits, progressions, directions. And in fact, when we look at Donald Trump, we see that the reason he is where he is now, and going back to 2015 and even before, why this has happened the way it's happened, is not just explained by these progressed charts. There are other charts. But let us just look at the progressions for now on their own. And we see here that in August of 2015, when he came into the foreground on the national scene, you see that the progressed ascendant at that time in August was precisely in the same degrees as the progressed Jupiter. Now, to understand how this works, you see that in the natal degrees, Jupiter was at 17.5. The ascendant was very, very late in Leo. But by 2015, the ascendant had moved all the way over to 2350 Libra, and Jupiter had moved forward a few degrees, and they were together. And this is a classic moment of great power. Jupiter, the great benefic, conjoining the ascendant. And by 2016, it was still pretty close. It was right in there, within a degree, so it was still in effect. Also note that going back to 15, the progressed moon in this chart had entered the 10th sign, had been there for a few months, and it's still there in 2016. In fact, in 2016, it's very close to the zenith as he was elected. Then by 17, the progressed moon goes into Leo. The progressed ascendant begins to slowly separate from the Jupiter, but it's still within orb. This is 1.5 degrees. Some would say that it's a little further away, but I would still count it. 2018, a little less so. By then it's 26 degrees. The Jupiter's at 24. The moon's still in Leo. Now we go to 2019, and we see the next big cycle that is going to take place in his life, when the progressed moon conjoins the sun in Virgo. In fact, this happens about a month before. In July of 2019 is when the moon enters Virgo. It's a key cycle. It's going to be a turning point in his situation. And I'm going to guess probably not a very positive turn, because you notice that if we look at these charts, 15, 16, 17, 18, the progressed moon is in the 11th sign relative to the ascendant. But by 19, the conjunction to the sun is in the 12th sign. That, in the context of what is happening in his life at the moment, in particular the Russia investigation and the great potential for getting himself in legal hot water, could correlate with this cycle beginning in the summer of 19 being extremely problematic.